One of the most fun steps about self-publishing your book is designing the cover. So when you traditionally publish a book, typically you don't get a lot of say in what the cover of your book looks like. But when you self-publish, you get complete and total control of that. So it's one of the most fun steps. There are 4 different ways that you can create your cover for your book. The first way is to use Kindle Direct Press's cover designing software. They have a bunch of different templates that you can use, and all you need to do is upload a picture and then write in your title, enter your information, your name, the blurb, what you want to go on the spine, and they will put all of that together for you. It's relatively simple and you don't need a lot of graphic design experience. That's what I first did when I published my very first books. So here's an example of my book, Breaking the Surface. So I chose the blue, I chose the image, I just input my title and name. That then also went on the spine, and then I wrote the blurb and that went on the back. Okay, really simple and easy. That's a pro, that it's easy. A con is that they only have about, around 30 templates for you to choose from, and preset colors for you to choose from, and preset fonts for you to choose from. And so when you start looking on Amazon or when you start to go to book fairs, you'll be able to pick out which books covers were created on this pretty generic template and site. And so while it's free and it's a good place to start, and it's the place that I started, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you start there or that you choose that option, because it kind of calls you out as an amateur and a rookie, but it is there as an option. The next thing I tried to do when I was ready to take my covers to the next level was I designed something on Microsoft Publisher by using Shutterstock images and fonts on Microsoft. So this is a cover that I made with that option. I purchased this image, I used these fonts from Microsoft, and I was able to put together a cover that was a little less generic and a little bit more appealing. So you can do something like that as well. Another option is to hire a cover designer, and you can spend anywhere from $50 to thousands of dollars on covers, depending on who you hire and find to do this. And what they're charging. You can hire them on Fiverr, 99 Designs. You can just Google cover designers and see what comes up. I would not recommend spending more than a couple $100s on your cover. It's very important because it's the first thing that your readers see, and it's great to make a first impression. But spending, $600-700 on a cover seems to me exorbitant. I don't think you need to spend that extra money there. But here's a book cover that I paid to have designed. Again, you can see compared to my other ones, my first ones, it's much more involved. It looks more professional. It looks like something you would find in Barnes & Noble. So I think I paid about $125 for this cover. The last option is, once you've been in the game for a while, or if you have some graphic design experience, if you spent some time studying covers and you know what matches your genre and what sells well, you can design your own. And so that's what I do now that I've done this a few times. So here's an example of a book cover I designed myself. And when we get into the case study, I'll tell you exactly how I put this book cover together and created it. But 4 different options: using their templates, designing on Microsoft Publisher, hiring, or creating your own cover. But this is a really fun step. One thing that I would really recommend while going through the step is to find 10 different books in the genre that you're publishing and take note of what they do on their covers. What styles of fonts do they use? Where do they typically place the title and the author's name? Are the covers matte? Are the covers glossy? Do they have big, huge endorsement statements on it? Do they feature people, or do they feature objects? Do they have landscapes on them? What style is the art? When you start to notice trends that are consistent through a genre, that's what you should put on your cover as well. Not that you're copying or imitating, but that's what readers of that particular genre have come to expect and look for in book covers. And so you can market your books to an audience and giving them what they're looking for, or making your books easy to find by using those hallmark styles in your book cover design. So have a ton of fun with this. If you need some help finding some resources and you've exhausted the links in the workbooks, let me know. I'd be happy to point you in the right direction so that you can take action with this book cover of your dreams.